It remains uncertain when Vice President Sara Duterte's trial will commence. The Senate Impeachment Court awaits the certifications it needed from the House of Representatives after it remanded or returned the articles of impeachment. But House prosecutors maintain they have been compliant in the impeachment complaint they forwarded to the Senate Impeachment Court in February. The Vice President has yet to issue its formal response to the summons of the court, but members of her 16-man defense team have already been named. Let's get on point with some of the House prosecutors here in the studio. We have Congressman Joel Chua and Congresswoman Bel Zamora. Congresswoman, good to see you in person. Congressman Joel, welcome back. Good to see you too.
Good to see
and
you
congratulations to your win,
Thank
or
you
your
very
victory.
much.
Okay, last I checked, the House chose not to receive the articles of impeachment from the Senate. Can you tell me what is the status now? Has it been received? Tinanggap niyo na ho ba?
Well,
Congresswoman
the
Bell.
official answer would be we deferred the acceptance of the articles because we wanted to clarify some matters pertaining to the directives of the Senate Impeachment Court.
So, pagsabihin po natin sa Tagalog, paano ho yun? Hindi nyo pa tinatanggap,
Pinagpapaliban
pinagpapaliban nyo pa po
yung pagtanggap.
ang pagtanggap. Pending, no? Dahil gusto nyo ng
Malinawagan.
sa ibinigay ng mga instructions
Yes,
ng Senado. All right. So, deferred acceptance. You're supposed to file a motion for clarification, di ho ba?
We will file pleadings in the coming days, whether it's motion or manifestation. But definitely we will file.
Okay.
But for now, we are awaiting the answer from the summons, from the writ of summons given to the Vice President. She has 10 days, non-extendable period of 10 days to file her answer, and we have 5 days, non-extendable period of 5 days to submit our reply.
Congressman Joel, does that include weekends, yung 10 days?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think June 11 ang umpisan, di
Yes,
ba?
from the date of receipt of the summons.
Okay, so from the date of receipt, let's assume that's June 11 to the office of the Vice President, or maybe June 12, maybe a day after. So that's 10 days. Lagay po natin sa 22.
So 22 is Sunday, I think. So 23 naman.
Okay. So supposed to be by Monday, dapat may sagot na po sa summons yung
Yes.
office ni Vice
Yes.
President. And then, yung kanilang sagot ho ba, ifo-forward sa inyo? Tama ho ba yun?
We will be furnished a copy, like in
Yes.
any other case. All parties will be furnished
Copy
copies
furnish. Copy
of the
furnish.
answer.
And then you have 5 days upon receipt
yes,
Yes.
that's
of the
correct.
response of the Vice President
Yes.
to
Make a reply. Well, it is our option. So, if we want to make a reply, or siguro, pwedeng hindi na.
ano ho yung nilalaman nitong summons? What are we expecting to be part of the summons?
The summons would be a directive to the accused or the impeached official to answer the charges in the articles of impeachment. So she has 10 days to answer, while we have 5 days within which to file a reply. And for our part, the reply is an answer to any issues that she may raise in her answer.
And 5 araw lang pong ibinibigay sa inyo para sagutin yung sagot ng Office of the Vice President.
Yes.
Okay. And then let's go back to my previous question. You were saying a while ago that you will wait for the summons first, for the reply rather of the summons from the Vice President to be copy furnished to the House Prosecution Panel. And then, is that the time thereafter that you plan to submit this pleading, whether it be a motion or manifestation for clarification?
Well, we're discussing that with the rest of the prosecutors.
Hindi pa sigurado yon.
Lahat kasi siyempre, we try to be very careful. Diba? So, we are discussing every moves na gagawin namin. So, let's see.
So to be clear, kahit na po sinasabi ninyo na you want clarification, hindi pa po kayo talaga nakapagdedesisyon kung kayo po ay magpa-file ng pleading regarding this clarification?
Yes.
Well, wala naman po kasing sinubmit na period or deadline eh. So, at least mapag-aralan muna namin na maayos what are the options, mga possible options namin, and what are the possible pleadings na tingin namin na mas maganda.
I know you said that you're being quite careful about this. And maybe before I go to that question that I was thinking of asking you, why are you being careful?
Well, first, it's because we know that the remand or the return of the articles and the directives to comply with the Senate impeachment court aren't found in any law. They're not in the Constitution. They're not in the Senate impeachment court rules. That's why it's actually a little difficult for the prosecutors to comply right away, because we might be saying that what they did was correct, even if these are
By responding.
even if these aren't found in the Constitution and in the Senate rules. So we have to be very careful.
Understandable, because there will be experts who will say that wala po talagang return to sender sa
Correct.
Article 11 of the 1987
Yes.
Constitution. However, there's also a framer of the Constitution, Justice Ascuna, who actually said there was nothing really wrong with that. My co-anchor, Willard Cheng, was able to interview him. Let's play a portion of that interview if we have it, or if not, I'm going to read it. Do we have that? Okay, I'll just read it first. He says it's novel and allowable act under the Constitution. The certifications asked for will ensure the continuation of the trial in the 20th Congress. That's one train of thought.
Yes.
Meron din po yung isa na sinasabing wala pong nahanap na ganito sa 1987 Article 11 of the Constitution.
Exactly.
Let's name them, the former Chief Justice
A lot of
Renato
them said
Puno.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and some other lawyers, no. Binabangga ko lang, not in a bad way. Siguro
Yes.
yung dalawang justices ng Supreme Court. So, how do you move forward with something like this? Siyempre, iba-ibang abogado, iba-iba po yung interpretasyon.
And that's why we're trying to be careful. Because if you will read the content of the Constitution, it provides that trial shall proceed forthwith. So when you say proceed, means to move forward, not backward. Diba? So, but of course, we do not want to be misinterpreted by the impeachment court in such a way that we do not want them to, baka mamaya isipin nila, we're trying to defy their orders, diba? Their orders. So, we're just trying to weigh all our options.
But it's been how many days? Maybe, has it been like 4, 5, 6 days since
Yes,
that order?
since when?
Your non-reply, would that be tantamount to the Senate impeachment court thinking that you are defying their order?
Wala namang deadline na sinabit eh.
Yes. We always say that we're not defying. We're in fact following the provisions of the supreme law of the land, which is the Constitution. And to some who allege that we're the ones who are delaying the proceedings, well, we've been saying that since February, we've been preparing for trial. We've been practicing, preparing pleadings weekly. We've been studying for it. So there's, it's quite unfair to accuse us of delay in this scenario where we're asked to submit documents which are not even required by the Constitution or the Senate rules.
And for many instances, I've actually interviewed you both, Congressman Joel here in the studio, and you have always been saying that if you had it your way, the trial should have proceeded back
We have
then.
been consistent with our statement.
Pag-usapan po natin yung hinihingi ng impeachment court. Dalawa po yun. Certification number 1. that you did not violate the one-year
Yes.
ban, the one-year rule on impeachable officers. No? And the second one is that basically, for easier understanding, that the 20th Congress will pursue what the
Yes.
19th Congress did. Let's go to the first one. Why is there a need to certify that you did not violate the one ban rule? Because if you violated that, why would you even pass that fourth impeachment complaint?
Exactly. The mere fact that we transmitted the articles of impeachment to the Senate is a certification in itself that we complied with the rules of the House, with the rules of the Senate, the Constitution. The House of Representatives wouldn't break the law, wouldn't disregard the provisions of the Constitution just to file the articles of impeachment. We have 215 congressmen who signed that, and we would like to believe that everyone understood what their signatures meant.
215 plus 20. Meron pa pong 20 na humabol. Hindi ba?
Nadagdag, yes.
More than one-third of
Opo.
what is required.
Definitely more
But
than one.
maybe if they're saying that you did not violate it, I guess my question is, would you actually say that you violated it? I think it's asking the wrong, my two senses, it's
Correct.
asking the wrong people. You're asking the
Yes.
people who forwarded this impeachment complaint to the Senate to tell them that you did the right thing. Why would you say that you didn't do the right thing? Why would you say that
Exactly.
what you did was illegal? I guess that's just my question. Would you know?
That's her question as well.
Okay.
That's why at first, initially, we wanted to file clarificatory questions, but of course, we are trying to study all the possible legal repercussion of the motions or manifestations that we're going to file.
But what's to clarify about that? Yun po yung tanong ko. I'm really trying to understand the situation.
What's next?
If you do that.
Yes. Because we're supposed to, we were invited upon the order of the Senate President last June 2. And then it was moved to June 11. And then this motion or this resolution happened. So we're just a little bit confused. Ano na ang susunod?
You didn't see this coming, did you? Kasi yung mga
Well,
options na tinitingnan, pwedeng i-dismiss, sinabing wala nang, di ba? Hindi naisip. Did you guys really honestly think that there would be a motion to return the articles of impeachment to the House?
Because what is stated in the Constitution is to proceed with the trial.
We would like to believe that the senator judges were following the law, the Constitution. So that's where our confusion comes
Lies.
from. Yes.
There was an interview, I think it was with the Senate President, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, pasensya na kayo kasi ang dami din talagang interviews, no? And it was actually talking about the problem in the House, wherein obviously there were 3 previous
Yes.
impeachment complaints. Again, balikan po natin. One, December 2. The next one, December 4. The third one, December 19. That you did not act on. You acted on the fourth
The 4.
impeachment complaint, which was filed February 5, or roughly 2 months
Yes.
after the first impeachment complaint. So could that be the reason for the certification that you did not violate the one-year ban? Because apparently it says in the House rules that the impeachment complaint should be immediately forwarded to the Speaker of the House and calendared.
Actually, Ms. Pinky, it's good that we can explain what happened in the House. And, well, first, I can assure you that it was above board. Everything was above board. So the first impeachment complaint was filed on December 2. And under the Constitution, we have 10 session days within which to include it in the order of business. So all of the first 3 impeachment complaints were included in the order of business on February 5, which is the 10th session day.
Even yung yung December 2, yung 10th session day niya was Feb 5?
Yes. So we are counting session days and
Yes,
not
yes.
Because
calendar
December
days.
3
Yes.
is session number 27. And and February 5 is session number 37. At 36? 36 ba?
I don't quite get that. But basically what you're telling me, pasok po yung 10,
Pasok siya.
Yes, pasok siya sa 10 session
yung
days.
February 5?
Yes.
10
Yung
session.
2 months
We're
after?
talking about session
Opo, I
days.
understand
Yes.
that. Oh, kasi marami ho kayong break, etc.
Yes.
Hindi ho ba?
There are periods or
And
there are
sorry, yung
days.
session days niya is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay.
There are some days when, because of what's calendared in the order of business, they have to merely suspend and not adjourn sessions. So, 10th session day yung February 5. So, it was calendared
So if
on that day.
you're saying if that is brought up, pasok pa po yung sinasabing 10 days
So,
na yun.
actually, it's good that we are able to clarify
Okay.
this. And I hope that they are able to understand the proceedings in the House of Representatives.
I guess the problem, Congressman Joel, is also the often remark that we've heard from the Secretary General that hindi pa po ipinapasa sa office ni Speaker ang impeachment complaint kasi nakikiusap pa yung ibang mga congressman. Pinag-aaralan pa nila ito. Or, if I remember correctly, baka may isa pang impeachment complaint. So parang ang lumalabas po talaga, natenga po siya sa office ni SecGen.
Well, actually, in the first place, wala namang period na binibigay si SecGen ang batas as long as pasok ka doon sa requirement. So, kasi ang mangyayari niyan, ganito. Pag dapat yung unang final, isasabit mo na agad, automatic. So, mangyayari niyan, every time na lang na magkakaroon ng, every year, pagkakakampi ka ng Pangulo or ng kahit sino man, magpa-file ka na lang ng impeachment, whether may laman o wala, para pumasok dun sa 1-year ban.
Opo, para hindi matuloy ang
Yes.
kahit
So,
anong
magiging
mangyari.
magiging maaabuso rin.
Yeah.
So, kaya nga dito, siguro, at wala namang mali dun sa ginawa ni SecGen as long as papasok ka dun sa period na nakasaad dun sa batas. Now, it did not happen only this administration. During the past administration, during the time of President Duterte, if I'm not mistaken, there was also this incident where an impeachment complaint was also filed, and 3 months thereafter, na dun lamang na i-agenda. So, this is not novel.
But it never reached the Senate.
It never reached the Senate,
Alright.
yes.
Okay, there's a second, certification that the Senate is asking from the House of Representatives. We're going to talk about that after the break. We'll be back with House Prosecutors Joel Chua and Bel Zamora. This is On Point. Welcome back. You're watching On Point, still with us. House Prosecutors Joel Chua and Bel Zamora. The second condition was that itutuloy ni 20th Congress, si 19th Congress. Fair enough. That's been discussed, no, sir, ma'am, over and over again kahit nung February 5 pa. Yes. But hindi nyo ba pwedeng sagutin ito? May problema pa ho ba dito?
Which is impossible for the 19th Congress to decide. Because iba yung composition ng 20th Iba rin yung 19 So, that is not for us, for the 19th Congress.
So they're requiring a certification from the 20th Congress, which, as of now, hasn't convened.
Okay, so it's mandatory for the 20th Congress, hindi po sa inyo. Tama ho ba?
Sa amin
Kanino
naka-address,
ba? Sa House Prosecutors.
Pero parang gusto nila is ang mag-commit kami para sa 20th Congress, which is impossible dahil iba nga po yung composition ng 20th Congress
I heard an interview with Congresswoman Bell recently, and you were saying that halos lahat naman po, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
na pumirma nung impeachment complaint nung February 5, halos lahat ay nanalo naman,
That's correct.
most of them, at pasok din sa 20th Congress.
We have around maybe 80+% of those who signed in the impeachment complaint re-elected in their seats.
And would you say that the 80% who won, who will be sitting in the 20th Congress, are still for the impeachment, will still confirm their signature in the impeachment of the
But still,
19th
that is a
Congress?
different Congress we're talking about. So, in fact, sa panel of prosecutors, may dalawa sa aming casualty. So,
Who are they again? Yung dalawa po?
Congressman Ton Acharon and Congressman Jill Bongalon.
Bongalon, yes. Okay. So, what is the issue with this second condition?
kasi ang hinihingi, 20th eh. So, hindi ka naman, that is not, we believe that that is not for the 19th Congress to address.
We're thinking that they're connecting this with the crossover. But again, it's our stand that there's no problem with crossing over. In fact, as Attorney Bukoy earlier said, there's nothing to cross over because it's a continuing body. So definitely, hanggang matapos ang trial, tuloy-tuloy lang ang proceedings, whether it's the 19th or the 20th Congress.
But is there, just looking at the realm of possibilities, posible ho bang pagpasok ng 20th Congress, may mga congressman na magsabi na, napilitan ako na pirmahan itong impeachment and therefore I take my, tatanggalin ko po yung aking pirma. Pwede po ba
Anything
yun?
is possible, of
that
course.
Happen.
That can happen. But even if that happens, we already transmitted the articles to the Senate Impeachment Court, and they're supposed to be acting on it and proceeding with trial.
But that's
So it
the
doesn't
thing.
matter if you have a few congressmen here pulling out their signatures or renouncing their signatures in the 19th Congress. It doesn't matter.
Doon sa 80% na nanalo po, doon sa 250, nakausap niyo na ho ba sila? Meron ho bang ilan na nagsasabing, I want out? I
No.
want my signature out.
No.
So far, wala.
So
Wala.
far, wala.
Not even one?
So far, wala pa naman.
Wala kaming narinig pa.
Okay. So, ano muna? Stalemate muna, ganon. Hindi kayo sasagot doon sa certification. Hintayin niyo po muna yung sagot ni VP sa summons.
We're weighing all our options.
We're waiting for the answer. In the meantime, it's the Congress or the House of Representatives, in fact, issued a resolution certifying that we complied with the 1-year period and the other
Under the,
requirements of the Constitution.
And the rules.
You have that already.
Yes.
Yes.
And you passed it on to?
We haven't passed it on, but it's been issued. So they can take a judicial notice of that.
I see. So it was just a confirmation from the House prosecutors or from the 19th Congress?
From the 19th Congress.
But you didn't pass it to the impeachment court?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. And the reason for not doing that again, balik ko, yung sinabi niyo po kasi is you're saying hindi niyo po mahanap sa Constitution yung sinasabing return to sender, etc. But then still, just the same, you came up with a, what is
With
it?
a
What is it called? A
resolution,
resolution
yes.
that you didn't violate the 1-year ban.
Yes.
Let's talk about very briefly. I hope maybe I still have 1 minute. Sorry, your House prosecutor spokesman. Meron po kayong bagong spokesperson, si Attorney Bukoy.
Yes.
Tell us more about him because he made quite a statement earlier today. Basically said na kung buhay pa raw ang mga dating senador na sina Renzo Tañado, Jose Diokno at Joker Arroyo, ikahihiya nila ang ginagawa ng kasalukuyang Senado, calling a spade kasi po iba yung composition noon. What do you say to that?
Attorney Bukoy is one of our highly respected lawyers in the legal profession. You know, the legal profession is a small community, and we know a lot of lawyers. We know each other. And he's a member of FLAG, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, he has these famous mentors. He has these he has worked with the senators of years past. So,
Do you think it helps that he makes statements like that?
Well, it's a good thing that he is not part of the...
It's a good thing he's saying it and not you
he's
guys.
not part of the prosecutors.
Opo, kasi siya po yung nagsasabi nun. Because hindi, I mean, let's again, ako na, let's call a spade a spade. Minsan kasi hindi na talaga, it doesn't appear na maganda yung relationship for now ng senator judges at yung House prosecutors, no? So, siya na lang ang magiging messenger. All right, so it is what it is for the moment. Sabihin po nating stalemate. Let's see what happens. As mentioned, maybe June 22 or 23, magkakaroon na po ng sagot si VP Sara doon sa summon ng Senate Impeachment Court. Maraming salamat kay House Prosecutors Joel Chua, sir. Thank you so much for your time as always. And Congresswoman
Thank you
Bell.
very much,
Good to
Ms.
have you.
Winky. Thank
Maraming
you very
salamat.
much.
That's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.